Hello everyone and welcome back to FailRace versus Community. We're here for some more B-class front-wheel drive races and we're back in the Clio. This time though, we have made a little rebuild and put it on race tires. Starting from P18 here at Hockenheim for the first race here. We get good, decent average start you could say as we lose in game positions, but as we head through turn 1, 3 wide doesn't quite work out in front, and that allows us to get up to 14th temporarily as we head down towards turn 2 here on the outside of 3 wide, using space in front of us to brake late to try and maybe make up a place or two. We sort of take 15th, fighting for 14th here as we come on to the back, not quite so straight, side by side with Grumples, who looks like they have a little bit more straight line speed than us in their Megane. As we head up towards the hairpin, will we see any carnage here? Luckily we have a nice bit of space on the outside to brake late once again, and can see 3 wide, near practically 4 wide there a little bit in through the hairpin. Unfortunately, we're not making up any positions for that else, and if anything, we're losing a place to what like a more classic Renault Clio, as we get in front of the classic cars that had a big slide through the kink. Now heading through this arena section, I can't remember the name of that section. Get a little bump from the Renault behind. Slightly unsells us, but doesn't sell us too much as they're nearly side by side in front. We try and get a bit of a run here. Grumple's not great and not too great of a line as we head towards stadium section hairpin. We're not quite close enough to make any move work there, but as you can see, everyone's still bunched up on the first lap. It looks like there's a move further up as people are going side by side. Liam running a little bit wide and sort of suffering with a bit of understeer through the final couple of corners. We're going to try and get a good exit. One person is out wide onto the gravel. That'll be a free place up to 14th for us. But our run isn't quite there anymore to close in on Grumples as we take turn 1. A little bit too much curb, the car just bottoming out slightly, costing us a little bit of momentum down towards turn 2. But Grumples is going to go side by side with Liam in front, more side by side too, further in front. White Volvo losing out on the outside of turn 2. They'll fall down to 13th as we pick up in their slipstream heading down towards the hairpin now. We're, as we know from previous races, our straight line speed isn't too great, and the rebuild of the Clio hasn't helped in straight line speed, but we're really yet to see if we have more grip. We're going to test that now, trying to brake late into the hairpin. The Volvo again caught up behind the Megane in front a little bit, and that allows us to get past the Volvo with quite the dive bomb. We're going sort of a bit defensive towards the kink, but will ultimately give us the outside as we head towards this left-hander. Once again, we're going to try and outbrake the Volvo and hang it round the outside. We think we have more grip here on our newly equipped race tyres, and we do hold on to 13th now. Closing in a bit on Liam and Grumples. They're still fighting side by side in towards the stadium section. Liam just holding Grumples a little bit of a tight line. Grumples will get that move done. Liam, sorry. Looking for a cutback. We give it a little bit of assistance there, but now we're going to try and follow Grumples through on the inside. Liam squeezing us right on top of the curb. But as we head through exiting stadium section, Liam just tapping the rear quarter of our car, which once again forcibly pulling us out wide and kind of leaving Liam no room to forcing them to back out, but it's kind of their own doing, to be honest. As I say, another car running wide into the gravel. We're closing up on the Volvo here that ran wide, but we're not quite close enough to get a move into turn 1. If anything, it's compromised our run through turn 1 as Liam has a good run here. We'll pull to the inside. Unfortunately, we'll just be caught behind the Volvo here, braking for turn 2, but we're going to try and hold it around the outside anyway. Little touch between the Volvo and Liam's Mini. We still got a slight bit of overlap through turn 3 on the run towards the hairpin here, but Liam's got the straight line speed and will pull clear for now. It's going to be side by side though with the Volvo into the hairpin. Looks like the car in front, a little bit of a defence from Grumples, doesn't quite know where he wants to place their Renault Megane, but still side by side with Liam and the Volvo through the hairpin. We're just waiting in the shadows, see if there's an opportunity that will come our way. Through the kink now, Liam really squeezing the Volvo, trying to get them to back out. We're going to try and send a move around the outside here as they sort of get caught up between themselves. On the inside, we're going to the inside here for the right-hander, and we should be able to get the move done, though the car behind us does have a run. The green Ford pulling alongside. We're 3 wide in to the fast right-hander, the Volvo backing out quite wisely, and we hold it around the outside of the Ford Focus, clearing for P12 now, so they're still side by side in the background. The Volvo really squeezing the Ford out to the outside, and that gives us a nice little bit of breathing room as we cut forward now further onto lap 4, entering same section once again. Liam going for a move on a black and white car. They really get caught up over each other, and we find a brilliant gap down the middle to get the pair of them. That puts us into the top 10 now, and hopefully we can go chasing down the cars in front. We definitely have more pace having rebuilt the car onto race tyres. So unlike Mid-Ohio, where we were constantly going backwards, this race we're going forwards on the most part. Stevie, they're getting shuffled out wide out of the final corner, will gift us P9 now as we head down towards turn 1. Go try and get good run through turn 1, carry some momentum. Grumple's running a little bit wide, but still carrying good momentum, annoyingly for us. Heading down to turn 2, we're certainly closing in on cars in front as Alex really deep and wide into turn 2 has really compromised their line. And hearing afterwards, Alex had actually accidentally selected medium tyres for this race, which is why they were struggling despite looking so good in the races prior that were in the previous part. Make sure you check that out if you haven't already. But as we head towards our hairpin, it's 2x2 for the cars in front. We're very deep on the brakes. Look how much we closed in that braking zone. And on the exit, look how much we've gained. We're so much closer than we were on the run to the hairpin. It's still 2x2. Grumples is almost looking to make it 3 wide as they head through the kink. Alex off the track there on the outside. We'll have the inside though, as they're still 3 wide. Grumples has to back out. They're nearly 4 wide. The McGann, or one of the Renaults, is off the track. We're going to try and take both positions here. We get past Alex, but Rusky rejoining right onto our path kind of forces us to push Alex out wide. And Grumples in their Renault Megane is going to try and get to the inside of the black Honda. They're not going to get the move done as we head into the stadium hairpin. They're still going to hold it side by side. We're going to try and get to the inside here of Rusky in the Megane. A little bit of door banging. Rusky really not wanting to leave us any more space than they have to. So we're going to have to try and hold it round the outside here. Do we have the grip for it? Not quite in the final corner. We held it round the outside for the penultimate corner, but Rusky really didn't want to give way or give any extra room through there, and that's going to give Liam the run down towards turn 1. He's going to get the move done on the inside for turn 1, but we're going to cut back on the exit and hold it side by side. But of course we know Liam does have the acceleration, will pull clear, does try and pull in front of us at the last moment before the braking zone, but we commit to making a move down the inside, and we just have the drive on the exit to pull clear. But we know Liam is going to have the acceleration towards the hairpin again to draw back alongside us. We're going to give Liam the inside, as I felt like it wouldn't really matter, of course, making Liam go the longer distance down towards the hairpin, but it does mean he'll have the inside. Car behind us closing in as well, just to the radar. We're going to try and brake late to hold it round the outside. That was Alex going for a move. Liam pushing us out over the curb on the exit. Not a lot of respect in these races, but we know we have a bit more grip than Liam, and we're coming up to the technical half of the lap, so we should be able to try and get back at Liam. And they're still fighting quite a bit up in front, so you never know, they might hold up Liam a bit and allow us to get back. It's maybe a bit too much curb, big two-wheeled moment off the curb that's kind of hindered our run, and we're not quite as close as we would have liked to them entering the stadium section here. But we're not going to give up just yet. Coming up towards the hairpin, can we close up even further? Liam caught up a little bit, makes a little mistake into the hairpin behind the Honda in front, and look at that, we're right on the rear bumper now. Heading 2 corners to go. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to do anything here, but Liam a little bit tight into the penultimate corner, a little bit wide, loses the rear end slightly, and opens the door for us to get to the inside of the final corner. We're just going to edge in front, but will Liam have the acceleration to get back past us? Not quite. We hold on for P8 there on the run to the line. Good racer. We made up a good number of positions. Feel like we could have made up a few more, but as you can see, Rusky and Grumples in their Megans had also made up a lot of positions. They started behind us on the grid. But yeah, we maybe could have made up a couple more positions had we had the time, or probably just would have ended up fighting each other, to be honest. On now to the final race of the week here at the Nürburgring in damp, greasy conditions. We've got drizzle over in a good start from P3, instantly jumping up to P2 and looking up to the inside of the fellow Clio into turn 1. We're going to go for the dive, go for the move, and we will get the move done cleanly as you like. Taking lead into turn 1. The other Clio did get a little bit of a tap from behind, but I don't think it hindered them too much as we cut across to defend the inside through this arena section. The Clio, though, getting a cutback on exit. We'll try and go for another cutback, but we're just going to hold the apex through there. The Clio now putting us under a bit of pressure as we head towards the hairpin, using the sprint layout of the Nürburgring here. The Clio, though, we're just defending it off for now and hoping that we can maybe pull clear a little bit later into left-hander coming towards the back straight. That Clio is running arrows, so they might have more grip than us, but it's unlikely that they'll have more straight line speed than us. So we should be able to open up a bit of breathing space here as we head up towards the chicane. We've got a few car lengths, maybe about 3 or 4 car lengths. The slipstream, though, will be helping that Clio to close in, and they didn't seem like to have too much less straight line speed than we did through the chicane. All is nice and tidy so far. Into the final corner, that Clio is closing a little bit on the brakes, so it doesn't look like we're just going to be able to run away with this race as we head down the start-finish strip. Maybe another time we'll sort of get reflection. A lot of fighting going on behind, it should be said. We've opened up nearly a 2-second gap to the cars behind as we head down towards turn 1 for the second time this race. Go brake just a bit too late, and we're not able to get the car slowed down, running very wide and absolutely bottling that, it must be said, giving up P1 and losing quite a bit of a gap to the cars behind. We're now many car lengths back as we cut now on to lap 3. We haven't quite been able to close that gap up until now through the chicane. We get a better run through the chicane, just bumping the back of the Clio as we go bare exit, just had nowhere to go with the run. And we can see Liam has dispatched of the group of cars behind and caught up to us. So we'll have to see how he fares, having changed from his mini of the previous race. We're in slipstream of the Clio, and we're not gaining that too much until we get here to the end of the straight. Liam has much more straight line speed than both of us. It's going to be on the insides. We're 3 wide into turn 1. Liam's in a little bit deep on the exit. Both of us in the Clios are going to go for the cutback, but we're going to have to try and hold the outside through turn 2. The other Clio getting in front. Fortunately, we're not able to hold it around the outside there, and we're slotting back into P3. A lovely bit of breathing space, nearly 4 seconds behind us though, so we can put full pressure on the cars in front. Not getting a great exit though from the tight right-hander, unlike Liam, who's got to the inside of the Clio as we head towards the hairpin. Will the Clio hold it around the outside? No, they're going to try and go for the cutback. Liam leaves the door open and the Clio gets the cutback almost done, but Liam's still side by side. Go of the inside for the left-hander here. The Clio opting to hold the outside. And they hold on, they just about do. They pull in front and Liam has to slot back into line for this time. We're trying to find a way past Liam, but won't really be for anything as we get to the back straight here. Liam's going to have that straight line speed. That Renault is instantly sort of going a bit defensive to the inside of this kink, but that gives Liam the inside towards the chicane. It doesn't even matter. Liam's going to pull clear before the braking zone even into the chicane. Who's going to get the better run through the chicane? We look like we have the better run, but just again, nowhere to go through the chicane to get alongside the Clio, and we have to hold back into line. Clio a little bit deep into the final corner and wide of the apex. That gives us a run to close up. They're going to be getting a little bit of slipstream from Liam, which might hinder us here. But we head down start finish straight. Can we get any overspeed? Not quite. Maybe a little bit right before the braking zone, but we're certainly not close enough. We transcend it to the outside, but it is far too little of an attempt, and ultimately we just weren't close enough to make that move work. So we're going to try and fight back through this section. The Renault running a little bit wider. We close up. We have a little sniff to the inside, but we're not quite close enough to get alongside. And taking too much inside curb there runs us a little bit wide, and we drop back. And unfortunately, we just kind of ran line astern for the rest of the race, to be honest. Nothing happened. And yeah, we take a podium, so we do, which is good. We finish where we started. Yeah, we didn't quite have the pace there to make up any more positions. Liam, with our straight line speed, was ultimately the most likely to win that race. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the Clio back. We maybe could have won that if we didn't mess up turn 1 on the second lap. But maybe Liam would have got us anyway, and we might have had to hold for P2. Anyway, that's going to do it for this week's FailRace versus Community. Thank you everyone very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.